Everyone under the sun, especially black and brown people. As a white man, I do not agree with this, and I am on my black and brown brothers and sisters' side. Fight the good fight. Know that I am part of the resistance. Let's fight the power.
Our freedom of speech is freedom of death. We got to fight the powers that be.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got your black.
I'm Zoe Williams, the voice of reason. If your relationship is in trouble, I'm the dude to call. Has your soulmate become your cellmate? Does black love still exist? What are your bedroom turnoffs? Fantasies and fetishes. Financial infidelity. I'm dating a fat person. Are they worth the wait? Trust me, this is gonna be crazy.
How about the heavy stuff?
The child wasn't his, and he still had to pay child support.
It's a very heated topic.
How was that right?
Mama's baby, daddy's maybe.
I just have so many questions I want to ask you.
I just like to kiss. Is there something wrong with that?
Damn.
He told me he had a vasectomy. I'm pregnant.
Betrayal has been committed.
Hit you with the bad pipes routine.
How does he maintain his humposity?
He likes it when it pinches my neck.
Why can't you open up, brother?
I'm a karate man. Karate man rules on the inside. They don't show their weaknesses.
Yeah.
How do you write women so well?
Zoe Williams,
Reason and accountability.
the voice of reason.
Comparing yourself is not self-reflective. When you compare yourself, your standard is always what other people are doing. They're on these great vacations. He's got a great job. Tom has this amazing house where I'm living in this hovel in Los Feliz, right? That's not looking at myself. That's always having the other person as the standard. It makes us so out in the world in other people, what other people are saying, what other people are doing. It makes us continually think in the social sense and not able to turn inside and look at who we are, what makes us different. We're so attuned to what's cool, to what other people are doing out there, to what other people are saying, that we lose a kind of an intuitive grasp of who we are.
Man, that was legendary Robert Greene, author of The 48 Laws of Power and many other books. Love Robert Greene's work. Constant comparison. It really intimates that you don't think you're enough. You can't say in one breath, I'm enough, and then go out and compare yourself to somebody, right? Do you see what I'm saying? You're lying to yourself. You're performing enough. You say, I'm enough, and then you go out and compare. You say, I'm enough, and then I can't wait till my person comes. Every person you've ever had is your person. Who you telling on tonight, Zoe? I got to tell on, folk. Every person you've ever been with is your person. Because they represent your level of consciousness. They represent the level of development you've completed or ignored. You not my person. Yes, they are. Right? When somebody shows you who they are, believe them the first time. Correct. When somebody shows you who you are, you should believe them the first time too. Because relationship is a mirror. Y'all want to do Maya Angelou halfway. When somebody shows you who they are, believe them the first time. Yeah, but when somebody shows you, they reflect you back to you. You gonna accept it or no? No, that ain't me. Yes, it is. That's why they can't. How else could they be in your life? Don't lie and say you weren't attracted to them. Why are you attracted to lessons? Who are we talking to tonight? Why are you attracted to lessons? Why are you attracted to the familiar pain? Why are you not attracted familiar pain and patterns? Why are you not attracted, right, to that which could lead you away from those old patterns? That's heavy stuff, right? Say that question again, Zoe. When your mind measures, ranks, and evaluates, does love disappear? I need to know that. There's insecurity in the measurement. There's insecurity in the ranking and the constant evaluation. Krishnamurti also said the highest level of intelligence is to observe without evaluation, without judgment. Right? When your mind measures, ranks, and evaluates, does love disappear? As Krishnamurti warned, because where comparison exists, love cannot. This reminds me of our elder, right? He said, where fear exists, love cannot. Do you desire a better relationship? Or do you desire escape from the discomfort of your own emotional immaturity? Listen to what I'm saying. Do you desire a better relationship? Because a better relationship requires a better you, damn it. No, you ain't the problem, no. It was Dick Gregory who said, fear and love cannot exist in the same place. I'm going to ask that question one more time. Do you desire a better relationship, or do you desire escape from the discomfort of your own emotional immaturity? If you want a better relationship, you have to have a better relationship with yourself. In order to have a better relationship with yourself, you must embrace who you are. Rooter to the tutor, as they say. From the rooter to the tutor. From the rooter to the tutor. You have to. I know people don't want me to talk to them like this, but I have to. Right? When your ego seeks novelty, does it tell the truth? Or does it, as Robert Greene describes, manufactures dissatisfaction to maintain its psychological kingdom? Bring it back, Zoe. When your ego seeks novelty, does it tell the truth, or does it, as Robert Greene describes, manufactures dissatisfaction to maintain its psychological kingdom? Right? When you envy someone else's relationship, do you compare your raw footage to their polished highlight reel? Listen, do you compare your relationship's raw footage to the highlight reel that's being posted on TikTok? On Instagram? I don't know if people still post it on Facebook or not. I don't know. Right? Judging yourself for not being another couple. And if you're in a couple that's doing that, those are two fragmented people, right? Who find accumulation, who find societal elevation, right? As a means of, now we're on par with them. Those are empty people doing that. Let me tell you something. Love is tantamount to what manna was in the Bible for the children of Israel. See, God sent manna. They were out in the desert for 40 years, right? Out in the desert, lost. But God sent manna, and manna sustained. See, love is a sustaining force. Love is not a draining force. The reason why your relationship is drained is because you don't have the capacity to deal with yourself as you are. And then you put all this weight on your partner to show up in the way you need them to. And if they can't, you don't see the value in that person anymore. And now you're looking over your shoulder. Just look over your shoulders, honey. You're looking over your shoulders for something better. You're looking for greener pastures. But you haven't mastered self-agriculture. You haven't learned how to irrigate your own spirit. Oh, I know they don't want to hear it put this way. You ain't planted no really healthy seeds in your own spirit. Everybody gotta show up with everything your spirit need in order for that to be a soulmate. No, you're not getting soulmates. What you're getting is classmates. Oh, Some wrong with them, some wrong with you. Y'all get together, y'all mirror what's wrong with each other. And y'all supposed to recognize and then recontextualize what's wrong. I know you don't want to hear it that way, but I got to give it to you that way. When you envy someone else's relationship, do you compare your raw footage to their polished highlight reel? When the mind gazes outward at better options, do you examine the inner message? I refuse to water the lawn I already possess. 1-800-920-1580. Get to your phone lines. Get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready. Yo, we got Attila from Houston, Texas on the line. Attila, what are your thoughts on tonight's topic? Yo, what up, what up, what up?
Man, you are cooking. You are cooking. Well, I won't be very long. Say what now?
No, I'm with you. Come on.
Yes, but I just wanted to say in regards to the comparison thing, you know how that saying says, like, comparison is the thief of joy?
Mm-hmm.
I think you could also say it's an accelerant for your self-appreciation. Because really what I feel like this kind of is this a projection onto your partner, and you're aggrandizing your own qualities. Because if you think about it, like, it's pretty arrogant to be like, I deserve better, I'm this, I'm that, whatever the case. Because you're not looking at your own qualities, you're not looking at yourself in a full lens, because the delusion is stronger than the reality that you're facing, because you don't want to look at that. Like, in order to look at that, you'd have to change it. And I think in order to change it, sorry?
You done brought Delulu up in here? Come on.
It's very Delulu.
I'm listening.
I think it's pretty Delulu to be like, I deserve better. Now, I think, there's one thing we're talking about abusive relationships. Of course, I'm not talking about that. I'm more so, and even then, deserve better from who is the question.
Stay right there. Don't go nowhere. No. You don't get to do that. Stay right there. Don't go nowhere. Attila, you got to answer this question. When you chase greener grass, do you realize you chase artificial turf manufactured from unmet needs rather than authentic desire? Attila, is that what we're doing? Are we chasing artificial turf? Talk to me.
I definitely think that's what we're doing. And I think that more importantly, it's like the Matrix when he's like, I know it's not real. He keeps eating the steak. I think some of us even might know that it's artificial turf, but it looks good.
So you're telling me the appearance outweighs the meaning?
Hold on, say that one more time.
I said, are you telling me the appearance of the relationship outweighs the meaning inherent in the relationship?
You said, what is the meaning inherent in the relationship?
No, you can't hear me. I said, are you telling me the appearance of the relationship outweighs the inherent meaning contained within the relationship?
Yes, 100%. Because if you think about it, if I'm coming from a childhood where appearance was king, right? Like, I don't have the real family, the real connection, the real love, authentic love, then I don't even really know what that is. I only know appearances.
Nah, I can't let you off the hook for that. No. Could your hunger for greener grass reflect not relational misalignment, but the mind's addiction to avoiding present work? What Patrick Carnes calls the trauma-driven flight from vulnerability.
100%. 100%. I think vulnerability is the antidote to the turf. Like, if you were to, I would say vulnerability is the antidote to the weeds that are in your actual grass as well. But again, if I'm more concerned about appearances, then I'm not going to fix the weeds. I'm just going to put some turf over it. Right? Like, and to put that in plainer terms, if I'm more about the appearance of a good relationship instead of actually constructing one and doing the work on myself, like, just replace and get another person.
But you know, everybody's bastardized the term work. Everybody say, do the work, do the work, but nobody is really giving you the blueprint to do the work. Why is the work so difficult to do? And why is everybody just saying do the work as the answer, but not really giving you the blueprint of how to actually do it?
Well, because it's specific to you, right? Like me telling somebody to do the work is not the same thing as what that means to me, right? If I'm thinking about doing the work on only I know my own insecurity.
Wait.
Know what I'm
So you telling me my work is different than your work?
Yeah. And I think that's another reason why it's so difficult, because I might be looking at my partner like, you need to do this, this, and this. But really, that's just me projecting on, I need to do that, not that. You know what I mean? Like,
no, wait a minute. You girl, you cooking right. Are you telling me my work is none of your business, and all you really can do with regards to me finishing this work is encouraging me from a companionate position? Talk to me.
And I would say it's a mix of encouraging and being quiet. Like, I'm learning that right now, like, in my new, like, teaching position. Like, there's a time to encourage the student. There's a time to just be quiet and let them figure it out, right? So, but if you're a controller, that's very hard. And it's a lot easier for me to control the student, the external situation, because I want the outcome, than it is for me to just sit there and kind of go within.
Wait, stop right there. Hold on. Because we're on the precipice of breaking through. Are you telling, as a teacher, as an educator, Lord, are you telling me when you're dealing with a student, no, as a matter of fact, you stay right there. Don't go nowhere. Hold tight. When we come for, because we close to it. I just want to know, how do you deal with teaching an unwilling student? A student who has an unwilling ear, an unwilling spirit, a student that is rebuking your instruction. When we come forward, me and Attila gonna finish this.
Reasons. The reasons that we're here, the reasons that we fear, our feelings won't disappear. You're listening to the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580. KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
Imagine a Los Angeles where everyone can thrive, where communities have access to the resources they need to succeed. That's the vision of Detours Mentoring Group, Inc. They're dedicated to improving life in LA County by providing educational support, employment assistance, and spaces for community engagement. By 2050, they want LA to be the best place to connect, create, learn, live, and play. They're working toward an education system that's well-resourced and culturally responsive, becoming a hub for artists and innovators, and making sure everyone has access to healthy food, quality healthcare, and safe housing. It's about building a future where we all have the chance to succeed. We invite you to learn more about their mission and get involved with Detours Mentoring Group, Inc. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
All I need is one mic.
With a KBLA Talk 1580 editorial, I'm Tavis Smiley. Let me be clear about what we're witnessing here. A textbook case of talking about communities instead of talking with them. Pedro Pizarro, president and CEO of Edison International, found time this week to sit down with the LA Times to discuss their so-called fast pay program for those impacted by the Altadena Eaton Canyon fire. We think it is neither fast nor fair, but when we organized the community town hall, Southern California Edison first confirmed participation and then abruptly canceled. There was no time available on Mr. Pizarro's calendar for a face-to-face conversation with the individuals and families who have lost everything due to the negligence of Southern California Edison. This is not an accident. This is a choice about who deserves direct engagement and who gets managed through press statements. When you talk to the LA Times about people, you control the narrative. You get to frame the issues on your terms, with your spin, filtered through journalists who may or may not push back. But when you show up to a town hall, you face real questions from real people experiencing real problems. There's no PR buffer. There's real accountability. This pattern of being available to corporate media but unavailable for community dialogue sends a clear message about whose voices matter and whose don't. It's the kind of disrespect that hides behind busy schedules and prior commitments, but the community sees right through it. If these issues are important enough to discuss with the LA Times, they're important enough to discuss directly with the people living them. Anything less isn't just disrespectful, it's a fundamental failure of leadership and accountability. Mr. Pizarro says in the LA Times interview, I need to go to the supermarket in Pasadena or Altadena and be able to look people in the eye. We want to do the right thing for our community. You had a chance to look folk in the eye at our town hall meeting last week, but you didn't show up. And then we invited you for a one-on-one conversation here at the station, but you have yet to confirm. So please, please stop with the gaslighting. With the KBLA Talk 1580 editorial, I'm Tavis Smiley, and as always, we welcome your feedback.
You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Ooh, hey.
What a perfect song.
Tell the truth for a second, y'all. Tell the truth. Hey. No. Maybe I deserve to wonder who's calling so damn late. For you to say I'm tripping, just a homie from upstate. Said it's just a homie. Don't he know it's 1 o'clock in the morning? You say it's cool, baby, it's cool. Maybe I deserve for you to say he's coming into town later on this evening. And he was just wondering if you and him could hang out.
Wait. I'm sorry.
I don't like it. No, I
Comparison. I deserve. The grass is greener. This is crazy. Wait. Doesn't Kendrick have a record like this? What is it? The Garden? Which one is it where he's... No, on the GNX album, where he's talking about what he deserves. Come on, play. I'm sorry. And listen, I'm not besmirching anybody's talent. But what I'm saying is, once you find out about the human mind, the mind is about pattern recognition, right? Even if it's toxic. We got to create a new language of how we express higher level, higher consciousness thoughts. Everything is based on deserving, not knowing the inverse of that is being spoken into existence as well. Baby, I deserve. We're the perfect girl. We're the perfect man. Listen, you don't deserve anything because everything is within you. You weren't taught this. Let's get some of this, Kendrick. Come on.
Emotional stability, a sound body and tranquility. I deserve it all. Like minds and less enemies. Stock investments, more entities. I deserve it all. VVS's white diamonds, GNX with the seat back reclining. I deserve it all. Put my homes on a beachfront. Flying private, what you eat for lunch. I deserve it all. The respect and the accolades. Lamping on the island, watching Castaway. I deserve it all. For every good that passed away, sent 2.5 million on the average day. I deserve it all.
Cut it. It's not I deserve it all. Let's change the narrative. I embody it all. To say I deserve it means you don't have it. Means somebody got to give it to you. It's not I deserve it all. It's I embody it all. That's why come on, man. How many of you heard it before? This person is my answer, or this person is my better half, or this person gonna finish me, or this person gonna up-level me to the next. No, it's I embody it all. And they don't want to teach you that, right? But listen, if Carl Jung is sitting at the feet of Krishnamurti, and Krishnamurti is telling Carl Jung in the psychology, what do you call it? Knowledge is the problem. Psychological knowledge is the problem, not memory in terms of how to build a table or a computer or a chair or technology. That isn't the problem. It's psychological knowledge that's the problem. You can't let go of the past. The past molds your moment, your present. And now every person you deal with has to fit within the directives of an unhealed, unclaimed portion of yourself. This is why you're saying, I deserve better, instead of saying, I embody. You understand? I'm the embodiment of a better life. I'm the embodiment of love. Oh no, somebody got to give you love. You're going to be waiting for that for a long time, because I'm going to tell you right now, most people's tanks are empty. They might be able to give you a moment of love. They might be able to give you a season of love, but they can't give you a lifetime of love because they don't know how to love themselves. And then they turn around and start comparing. You know what? The last girl treated me better and showed me more respect for what I did. Okay, listen, this is what we're going to do. We're going to go out on Kendrick, and then I'm going to come back and finish talking to my niece.
More money, more power, more freedom, everything heaven allowed us. I deserve it all. I deserve it all. I deserve it all. My intentions was pure, even when you wasn't sure, even with every allure. How much temptation you endured. You probably look for every cure. I said I deserve it all. I'm waking up at 6 a.m., 6 miles a day, conditioning my wind. I said I deserve it all. I'm showing up as your friend, telling truths better than your next of kin. I said I deserve it all. I never asked for too much credit, seeking validation just for the aesthetics. I deserve it all. I see you as a human first, even when you didn't understand your worth. I deserve it all. It's innate to mind my business, writing words, trying to elevate these children. That's why I deserve it all. Pray for those who prayed against me. Every reason why my ancestors sent me. I deserve it all. I deserve it all. I deserve it all.
Relationships. Got you confused? Need some straight talk? This is where you get the unfiltered truth about love, relationships, and everything in between. He breaks down relationship dynamics with no-nonsense wisdom and practical advice that actually works. Tackling the questions you're afraid to ask and giving you the answers you need to hear. You're inside the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Amber Payton with BIN News Now. A bill requiring the Justice Department to release all Jeffrey Epstein files passed the House with only one no vote.
The motion to reconsider is laid on the table.
It now heads to the Senate, where its future is unclear. President Trump says he'll sign it if it passes. Akron, Ohio Police Lieutenant Michael Murphy, who is black, is suing the city for racial discrimination, claiming minority lieutenants are blocked from taking the captain's exam, while less experienced white lieutenants are allowed. He says he's been denied twice. And outgoing New York City Mayor Eric Adams, who is black, is urging Israel's prime minister to attend Zoran Mamdani's inauguration, even though Mamdani said he'd have Benjamin Netanyahu arrested for alleged war crimes if he visits. Adams wrapped up his Israel trip focused on fighting anti-Semitism, noting that Jews were targeted in 54% of New York City hate crimes last year. Get BIN News Now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
This Thanksgiving, take the family to new heights at the Palm Springs Aerial Tramway. Enjoy ride and dine at Pines Cafe or a holiday meal at both Pines Cafe or Peaks Restaurant. Lunch and dinner with stunning views, 8,500 feet above the desert floor. Visit pstramway.com. Rise into wonder.
At the tone, please record your message.
You ready?
Drop it!
Mr. Tavis Smiley, preach it. Thank you, man. Politics in this country is crazy. You put things in perspective that even I didn't. The right is playing fast and loose with facts and scapegoating everyone under the sun, especially black and brown people. As a white man, I do not agree with this, and I am on my black and brown brothers and sisters' side. Fight the good fight. Know that I am part of the resistance. Let's fight the power.
Our freedom of speech is freedom of death. We got to fight the powers that be.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got your black.
Yo, it's Zoe Williams, the VOR, and I know you're tired of pretty gems with pretty lies, where people seem to scroll more than they sweat. Well, it's time to level up. Welcome to Huff and Puff, where excuses die and champions rise. Smack dab at 1221 North La Brea on the corner of Fairview. This ain't a photo shoot, it's a battleground. Certified achievers in the game. Trainers who grind with you, not post pictures beside you. Whether you're chasing your next personal record or just trying to outrun your past, this is your sanctuary of sweat. No mirrors, no filters, no fluff, just pain, passion, and purpose. Stop talking, start training, huff hard, puff loud, be legendary. Where folks go to war with their weaknesses. Huff and Puff.
Hear that? That's the sound of your life. Perfectly imperfect. Beating in rhythm to the world you've created. But every time you drive after drinking, the music gets drowned out. Your life sounds pretty great. Don't let a buzz ruin it. Buzz driving is drunk driving. Don't drive buzzed. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
It's never too early to start talking about money in realistic ways with your kids. JP Morgan Chase navigates how to educate your kids now about creating long-lasting, healthy money habits. Whether your kids are in elementary school, high school, or college, now is a great time to start a conversation about ways to create healthy money habits as they grow, ultimately benefiting their financial future. Talking about money in a realistic way to support your kids' lifestyle and dreams, your first banking account geared towards high school or college. It's never too early. Explaining the basics, what you earn and what you spend, building financial confidence starts with getting organized. Learning and practicing vital money skills now will stay with them for life. Tools they will have to stay on top of their finances and achieve their goals. This segment is sponsored by JP Morgan Chase.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
Imagine a Los Angeles where everyone can thrive, where communities have access to the resources they need to succeed. That's the vision of Detours Mentoring Group, Inc. They're dedicated to improving life in LA County by providing educational support, employment assistance, and spaces for community engagement. By 2050, they want LA to be the best place to connect, create, learn, live, and play. They're working toward an education system that's well-resourced and culturally responsive, becoming a hub for artists and innovators, and making sure everyone has access to healthy food, quality healthcare, and safe housing. It's about building a future where we all have the chance to succeed. We invite you to learn more about their mission and get involved with Detours Mentoring Group, Inc. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams. Only on KBLA Talk 1580.
Damn. Here we go again. Common passed on this beat, I made it to a jam. Now everything I'm not made me everything I am. Damn. Here we go again. People talking shit, but when it hit the fan, everything I'm not made me everything I am. I never be picture perfect Beyonce. Be light as Al, be your black ass Chauncey. Remember him from Black Street, he was black as the street was. I never be laid back as this beat was. I never could see why people are reach a fake facade that they couldn't keep up. You see how how I creeped up? You see how I played a big role in Chicago like Queen Latifah? I never rock a mink coat in the wintertime like Killer Cam. I rock some mink boots in the summertime like Will.I.Am. Let me know if you feel it, man, cause everything I'm not made me everything I am.
I remember when I was a little boy, people used to say to me, Alan, you're so weird. Why can't you be like other people? Well, I thought that was just plain dull, like having the same thing for dinner every day. And as is well said, variety is the spice of life.
I mean, he leaves me speechless. I love Alan Watts. He too was a student of Krishnamurti. Man, the work is crazy. I got my niece on the line. I want to get her back in here. The voice of reason is on fire, complete fire. We compare because we're empty. And where there is emptiness, there is loneliness. My niece is on the line. Attila Phillips from Houston, Texas. Attila,
Yeah.
I got to ask these questions because people got the relationship game all twisted. I gotta ask you these questions. You represent this young generation. We got,
oh
Lord have mercy.
That's a lot of pressure.
Listen, my generation didn't have it right. You know, I've been failing upward this whole time.
I mean, is that not right?
But you understand? So I've gained some insight. And when I see someone young like you that taps into it like, oh, there's still hope. All is not lost. I'm like Yoda when Luke Skywalker left before his training was done. And and Yoda said, oh God, there's our last hope. It's gone. And then I think Obi-Wan said, nah, there's still another. And he's talking about his sister. You remind me of the future. That's why I got to ask you this question.
Well, that is huge. Thank you. Thank you.
Could a relationship function like a corporation where insecure partners must constantly and consciously onboard each other into their trauma histories, nervous system triggers, and emotional operating systems?
Well, I want to answer your previous question as well. So I'm going to answer this one, and then I'll go back to the previous one.
That's fine. Come on. You got bullets. Shoot them.
Yes. No, I mean, I think that's a great analogy when you talk about your operating system, because what does that sound like? Attachment styles, conditioning, right? Once you are in relationship with someone of an insecure attachment style, you are now engrossed in their curriculum.
Ooh. Wow. So you got to learn their curriculum if you want to navigate their triggers and, you know, whatever is happening with them. You got to know, like, oh, that's a landmine. Let me move around that differently, right?
And I think, was it Dr. Vakoya that was saying that the only way to really solve this whole attachment style issue is to essentially enter in a situation that is similar and basically course correct yourself. And I thought that was like pretty big.
But it's hard to course correct yourself. You do know that, right?
And do I?
I mean,
yeah.
I'm not trying to put your business. I'm just saying it's hard, right, to course correct because it takes reflection in order to self-reflection in order to course correct. And when you course correct, is there a vibrational or a frequency change that happens that then magnetize different types of people into your space?
I've experienced that. I'm kind of in that space actually right now. What's interesting, so what I'm experiencing is that I am magnetizing different people, but similar devils, if that makes sense.
Different
I've already
people.
overcome that.
Just
Yeah.
devils dressed in a different costume. I hear you.
But I've already done, it's like I've already done that level, right? So now the course correction comes in where I'm confronted with that same spirit, and I'm like, okay, I know how this spirit operates.
Yeah, you recognize.
Now I know
Yeah.
how to combat it. Yeah. And the thing is, all of it is a reflection of you. So it's like, okay, I've overcome this thing within myself, right? Which is another reason why I think you also tend to like learn to not get as upset. Like situations don't piss you off as much. Because you start to realize, like, oh my goodness, like, why would I get mad at something? It's like reheating old food. You know what I mean? Either you reheat it and eat it, or you throw it away.
Man, I love my niece. Attila,
Yeah.
What did you just do, child?
What was your previous question? I didn't get a chance to answer it. It was really cool.
You know what you did. Tell us again. I want to hear it again. Tell us one more time.
I brought Houston in the building.
Houston, Texas is on the board. If you want to bring your city in the building, what about my city, Los Angeles? Where is Leroy? Huh, Leroy? Huh? Hey, we love it. We love it. We love it. If you want to get involved, all you got to do is call me at 1-800-920-1580. In the quiet space before a relationship collapses under the weight of comparison, one notices a strange fracture, an inner splitting that Dr. David Baum would describe as the shattering of wholeness into fragments that battle for supremacy. Comparison does not merely distort perception. It generates an alternative universe in which the self evaluates itself against a fantasy, a holographic projection of wounds. The great Krishnamurti warned that the moment you compare, love disappears, not as a moral admonition, but as an ontological fact. Comparison annihilates presence. It manufactures anxiety. It creates the false premise that the self lacks something obtainable, something real, something obtainable, only elsewhere. Greener grass seduces the ego because the ego thrives in measurement, ranking, evaluation, and dissatisfaction. In Buddhism, dissatisfaction is called dukkha. Dukkha is the Pali word for dissatisfaction, right? Disappointment, disapproval, unhappiness. And so this search for a greener grass is rooted in that dissatisfaction. You could have the love of your life, and because they don't fit your wounds perfectly, because they don't cater to your wounds like Mr. Belvedere or Benson or who was the butler for the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air? Jeffrey, right? If they don't fit your wound and cater to your wound like that, you will move away from at least a mirror reflection of the healing you could have. No, you'd rather have something familiar, even though it's toxic. Whew, that's just heavy. The problem emerges from the linguistics and the perceptual architecture that interprets novelty as salvation and stability as stagnation. Bentoff, in his works, revealed that consciousness functions holographically. Every unmet childhood longing replicates itself in intimate bonds. Babette Rothschild demonstrates that the nervous system participates in every romantic choice. What? You know what? You're too much for me. You're overwhelming me. You're giving me too much love. It feels like I'm being smothered. That's because you didn't get enough of it. Huh? So when you get a tidal wave and a tsunami of love, it feels like you're under attack. Right? Or the opposite happens. When you're used to a parent not being emotionally attuned and they keep pulling away, and you keep performing and you keep showing up and look at the A's I got. Look, I'm on the varsity team. Look, I did this. Look, I've graduated. Look, I made it. You still performing for acknowledgement, for approval. You still got a worthiness wound. And then you go into adult life and you want somebody to show up the way they didn't show up. And that becomes your preferred partner. Do you see? The grass you're standing on is brown. It's full of weeds. Right? It's important for us to understand the real purpose of love. Love, in essence, is about freedom. Right? You say, well, what's that got to do with the person? Yeah. If you are not free of your wounds, you cannot be in love. You can perform love, but you can't be love. You got to choose. You can't serve two masters. The master teacher, Jesus, said you can't. When I come forward, the voice of reason going to begin to land this plane.
Is it good to you? More Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams when we come forward.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-478-6430 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-478-6430. That's 800-478-6430. What do you have to lose? Call 800-478-6430. Again, 800-478-6430.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. The Autopsy Initiative provides a second autopsy free of charge for victims' families who have lost their loved ones due to a police-related death. The services offered through the initiative include the completion of a second autopsy, disclosure of preliminary findings, and a final autopsy report. A police-related death is when an individual is harmed by police officers using deadly force, which results in an individual's death. Police-related death includes in-custody deaths, including those that arise during contact with law enforcement officers during arrest, pursuit, booking, transport, or incarceration. The Autopsy Initiative has a team of board-certified pathologists on call. An autopsy request may be completed by anyone with a close relationship with the victim, which may include the victim's spouse, partner, relative, close friend, or lawyer. To request a free second autopsy for a victim of police violence, please visit knowyourrightscamp.com. That's knowyourrightscamp.com. Then click on Autopsy, then click on Request. At KBLA, we believe in justice for victims of police violence. We say their names, and we don't black down. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
This is KBLA Talk 1580. Talk radio. That's music to your ears. We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
I see dead people.
Put that on that beat, go.
Aye, monster on the beat, ho, Debo, any rap. He a freak though, man down, call her Amber Lambs, tell him breathe, bro. Nella to the cross, he walk around like Tizo. What's up with these? Trying to see Compton, the industry can hate me. Fuck them all and they mama. How many options you really got? I mean, it's too many options. I'm finna pass on this body, I'm John Stockton. Beat your ass and hide the Bible if God watching. Sometimes you gotta pop out and show. Certified boogeyman, I'm the one that up to score with him. Walking down whole time, I know he got some hoe in him. Pull on him, extort, bully the flow on him. Say Drake, I hear you like I'm young. You better not ever go to cell block 1. To any that talk to them and they in love, just make sure you hide your little sister from them. They tell me Chubb's the only one that get your hand-me-downs and party at the party playing with his nose now. And Baca got a weird case, why is he around? Certified lover boys, certified pedophiles. Wop, 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 that up. Wop, 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 wop. I'ma do my stuff. Why you trolling like a ain't you tired? Trying to strike a chord and it's probably A minor. They not like us. They not like us. They not like us.
So this is where, if we want to understand how to stop comparing, we have to understand a little bit about how these comparisons get made. So a lot of times the struggle is that when we make a comparison, what we try to challenge is the comparison itself, right? We'll sort of like, I'm comparing myself to someone else, and I try to rationalize that maybe I shouldn't compare myself to this person, or this is an unfair comparison. Or if we reach out to friends of ours, they'll say, oh, your situation is different. It's really apples and oranges. But that doesn't really seem to work, right? So we know that sometimes if we try to tackle these comparisons, just something about it feels off. Something about it makes it like really, really hard to actually stop making the comparison. And if we really want to understand how to stop making comparisons, there's one other key thing that we need to look at. And that is the way our brain decides who to compare to. So let me put it to you this way. Do you compare yourself to elephants? Do you say, oh man, I'm so weak. Elephants are so much stronger than I am. Oh, that's sad. Like, I wish I was as strong as an elephant. Or do you ever feel superior to an ant, right? Do you ever feel like, oh my God, I'm so awesome. I'm going to live so long. I'm so good at like playing FPS games. And this ant on the sidewalk, that ant sucks, man. I'm the best thing. I'm better than every single ant in the world when it comes to playing Overwatch. So obviously, like, no, right? We don't compare ourselves to like elephants and ants. We don't compare ourselves to dinosaurs. We also don't compare ourselves to a lot of other human beings, right? We don't oftentimes compare ourselves to, let's say, heads of state. Like, I don't feel inferior to, let's say, the president of the United States or the head of state of a different country. So there's something weird about how our mind decides who to compare us to. And if we really want to dismantle the comparison, one of the things we can really understand is that process of how our mind decides who we compare ourselves to. So essentially what our brain does is kind of like puts us in a particular league. And what it does in terms of the comparisons it makes is it tries to compare us to people that we perceive in our league. Ooh. So we may compare ourselves to schoolmates, for example, or people who are in the same grade. We may compare ourselves to siblings. We may compare ourselves to friends, right? So these are people that in some way my mind sort of says, me and this person belong in the same bucket. So it'll oftentimes, historically, it's been things like school, colleagues, family members, things like that. Oh, my older brother became a lawyer, so now I need to become a lawyer.
Man, Dr. K was cooking. Evaluation. When it comes to love, man, we have to put that down. But we live in a society that is, stat-based. What school did you go to? What's your degree in? What's your major in? Where do you work? How much money you make? What's your FICO score? Do you have a lot of student debt? We live in a stat-based society, right? And there are certain things you got to know, right? You got to understand about your partner. But what I'm talking about is this psychological comparison of, dang, they left me for somebody better. So now I got to win in life, and so that they can see, or if they ever look me up again, I'm going to be doing better than I was. Do you see? When you compare your partner to an imagined ideal, do you notice that you compare yourself to a fantasy of who you should be? Comparison reflects the ego's attempt to escape the discomfort of its own incompleteness. In Dr. David Baum's work, and in his terms, this creates a reflexive loop where the self divides into evaluator and evaluated, which creates conflict. Krishnamurti warns that comparison functions as self-violence. The moment one compares, one betrays the actuality of oneself. The perceived inadequacy of the partner mirrors the inadequacy projected inwardly. Do you see? Grass is greener fantasizes not from rational truth, but from inner fragmentation. When you long for greener grass, do you chase expansion or escape? Let me tell you something. I do these conversations because I really want to put you square and center in front of yourself. I want to put you square and center in front of yourself. If you want the greatest love that can ever be experienced, you got to love on the least liked and accepted parts of yourself. There is nobody on planet Earth. Well, that's not true. There's like 12 people out of the 8 or 9 billion. But there's nobody else on planet Earth that's perfect, right? We crucify people because they have bad relationships. But if you understand the spiritual purpose of relationship, you'll understand that bad relationships are part of emotional maturity, right? Miscommunication, falling out of love, difficulty sustaining the spark, all of that. And then, of course, you throw in the insecure attachment styles or what you've been through in your childhood. People think because you got a degree that your relationships are supposed to be perfect, and that's simply not how it works, right? Just because they're a psychologist or a psychiatrist, it doesn't mean that they have conquered every demon in their soul. And we got to stop persecuting and holding them to a standard, beyond everyone else. As we're all works in progress, right? I look at clinicians as the people that are the most educated about that work. And so we should respect their work and not hold them to the standard of perfection when we ourselves are not. Listen, I started the conversation. It's up to you to finish it. The Voice of Reason is on fire. Fire show. I'll be back tomorrow. Me and Precious with another heater from us two, right? It's going to be great. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Enjoy the rest of your evening.
Put it in the house. Stunting is a habit. Put it in the house. Stunting is a habit. Put it in the house. Hey, you ever seen a Chevy with the butterfly door? Stunting is a habit. In my engine, 26-inch rims. Got fadeaway money, bitch. I'm ballin' out the gym. Got my old school bumpin', fifth wheel on recline. If you think new, work out your monkey ass mine. Diamonds on my pinky, hand on the pine. Touch and down, your mama do the second line. Strings falling from the sky, falling in my cup. Old school, Chevy thing coming down.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.